I'm sick, but today I'm gonna rank the Scream movies. Last place, Scream 5, because I hate the characters. I hate how they're used, and Dewey's death was wasted, completely wasted. So that just ruins the movie. Yeah, that is all for Scream 5. Then number 5 is Scream 4, which I see this on the near the top of not the top of the list a lot of the time. I'm not saying the original's bad. And Scream 4, I think Kirby is a really great character, one of the best in the series. Probably my favorite if we count Scream 6, which I won't spoil. But I love the kills. It has probably the goriest death scene in the whole series with Olivia. You can see her guts. I don't want to explain it, but that scene is great, and the music in Scream 4, the chases, Cindy is great in this movie. Scream 4 is a really good movie. All of these movies are really good, but Scream 4. Then fourth place, right above Scream 4, also includes Kirby, is Scream 6. This is the newest one, the one I won't spoil. I think that the killer reveal, it's epic. It's also bad at the same time. It's mid. I think that the length of this movie, everybody's talking about how it's longer than the longest one, but it's only like 30 seconds longer than Scream 2, so I don't even get what all that is. It's about the same length of all of these movies. But yeah, Scream 6, it was a pretty decent movie. It has some great kills. I'm sorry, but whether they were ever, in my POV, this movie is not the goriest. It might have more of lighter gore, but Scream 4 still has the goriest scene in the whole movie, and it doesn't top that. It's close to topping that, but it's not. Doesn't fully top it. I think that the kills, again, they're still pretty good, and the characters are great. Pretty good, not great. Some characters are just... So one of them, which I won't spoil, is literally used for like 17 minutes in the movie, and then she's revealed as one of the killers, and I'm like, bro, you could have not done something better. Now, all you have to think of to find the killer is who's used less screen time. Same with Scream 2. Mickey is barely used, but let's do that in our Scream 2 one. So yeah, Scream 6, awesome movie, saw it in theater. My voice sounds weird because I'm sick right now, but number 3 will be the original Scream. I know a lot of people love this movie. I absolutely adore this movie. I love it. I think almost every single thing of this movie is great. The top 3 are, I could about tie the top 3. They're all so great. 1 through 3. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so funny. But, I think that Scream is the weakest of the awesome 3, because there's this one thing that holds it back from Scream 2 and Scream 3, is that the Ghostface killer, it was very predictable. It was almost like you knew who the killer was the whole time. It's supposed to be a whodunit, but they technically tease the killer and let you know who it is near the start of the movie. Like a guy holding a voice changer in his phone. That is the killer. Why did they not give us something better than that? I'm not hating on this movie. I love it. So that's the weakest of the big three. In second place, barely worse than number one, but slightly the taddest bit better than the original Scream to me, is Scream 2. This used to be my favorite Scream movie because it has a great killer. He's barely in the movie, but when he's revealed as the killer, I love the motive. Mrs. Loomis was so unpredictable, yet so cool when she was shown as the killer. She was probably the hardest Ghostface to defeat besides Roman. And yeah, Mrs. Loomis, I think she was a great killer. The score to this movie, which I don't really talk about, and the original, the big three, the score, I think the original, which I didn't mention, has the best score. This has near the best. Tatum's Torture is one of my favorite tracks in all of horror history. Just go listen to Tatum's Torture on YouTube or Spotify. Tatum's Torture is such a great musical symphony. But go back to Scream 2. I think that they almost top that. I also think that Sydney is near her prime in this movie. I love how she acts in this movie. She has some great lines. I think that the Ghostface chases are great. The side characters are great. This movie is it used to be my favorite, and that's for a good reason. So, Scream 2, number 2. And that leaves my number 1, which will be Scream 3. Now, I know that a lot of people say this is the weakest of all of the Scream movies. What in the world are they thinking about? I mean, I know it's everybody's opinion, but I think that Scream 3 is the best Scream movie because, again, something people hate about this movie, the characters. I thought that they were funny at times, serious at times, barely. But this movie is probably the funniest of the whole entire Scream franchise, while still being serious. I think the Maureen Prescott subplot is kind of forced, but everything else I love. Another thing that a lot of people hate is that there's only one killer, but that's not the main reason. One killer, and that killer is Roman Bridger, the guy making Stab something. I really don't remember. I think it's Stab 3. And everybody says that he was barely in the movie. He should have not been a killer. He was a great killer. And I think that this movie has one of the best, if not the best, Sydney. It's a great Sydney. And yeah, that's my Scream ranking. It's just an opinion. Put yours below. It's just an opinion. Oh my god. You can put yours below in the comments. It's controversial, I know. So, yeah, that's my Scream ranking with Scream 6. Bye.